All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today it's wrench test part 2. Now there is going to be a part 3 on this just because of length. So open end is going to be the one video, and then some gratuitous violence is going to be part 2. Is this a exact science? Am I claiming scientific accuracy? No. But there are some legitimate things that can be learned. Now, it was pointed out to me that testing wrenches, there's no reason. Nobody ever breaks them, which I know for a fact isn't true because I've broken several, bent the snot out of another one, and anyway, but I was doing something yesterday, Wednesday, when I'm filming this, that really testified to why you need a high quality wrench. I was doing control arms and ball joints on a Lexus ES something or other, whatever, doesn't really matter, but I had to get the ball joint nut loose. There was not enough room for the box end between the CV axle. Now, I'm sure the do-it-yourselfers are out there going, well, just unbolt the, take the CV axle out, no big deal. Well, it's a Toyota with the staked axle nut. And yes, I have the destaking tool, but I still have had them gall up the axle and cause us to have to buy a new axle. So either we're buying it or the customer's buying it. I'd rather just not buy it. So I had to go in with an open-end wrench. Now I went on there and it was not moving with everything I had. And I don't very often need nor use a cheater bar. I had to put a cheater bar in, put a bunch of them on it. And guess what? The snap-on 19mm broke it loose. I was able to get them both out. No big deal. I was able to tighten them up the same way. But this brings up spread, where the actual open end spreads apart and causes the fastener to tear up, your wrench to be no longer the right dimension, maybe temporary and maybe permanently, but it can cause you some headaches. So that's what I was testing for in part 2, is how much torque will the open end take before it spreads or the fastener fails. Testing methodology. I used a Titan part number 15617 17mm hex socket and a snap-on tech angle set to 300 foot-pounds. I did not get to and put it in a vise and turned on it. I had 2 cameras going, and you'll get to see the results here in a second. That was the testing for the open end. Now in part 3, I will do some testing on the box ends. Now that one is going to be less scientific because in testing, I know it exceeds 300 foot-pounds. So cheater bar was involved, and hopefully you'll enjoy the series because this will probably be the last time I do a tool test like this. There's a reason I know everybody I know that does alignments for a living has really nice big wrenches. It's because you have to use the open end on inner tie rod end nuts, and they can be really tight. So something to think about. Whether or not they're the correct choice, that's what test is for. All right, so audio quality is going to be a little iffy because I'm using a on-camera mic. Power. I don't want to waste my battery-powered wireless system and then not be able to shoot the rest of my videos. So we're going to start with texting. it rounded or spread at 183 foot-pounds. And there is noticeable damage. All right, next one is Capri. And we are going to use a fresh part of the socket, one that hasn't been damaged yet. All right. And, wow, imagine that. It failed at the exact same spot and has the exact same damage. All right, next up, Gearwrench. And this will be the last time for this socket. A little bit higher at 191.6. All right, next one is Milwaukee. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it in time, but it was well in excess of 260 foot-pounds. But yeah, we did a little damage on that one too. All right, next one, Williams. This one was slipping badly. This one is junk. Pretty good damage on that one too. All right. Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. Ghidorah. Ghidorah.
Find me a fresh spot. $164 foot-pounds. And a good bit of damage to that one. Stalin will.
Stahlwille. Stahlwille. Stahlwille.
The Germans aren't doing so well. 140 foot-pounds. Some pretty good damage on that one. Hutset.
Hutset. Hutset. Hutset.
Find me a fresh piece of meat. Ooh. 145 foot-pounds. Not as much damage on that one. Getting into the American stuff. Proto. 184 foot-pounds. A good bit of damage on that one as well. Cornwell. Give me a fresh one. That one didn't register, so I'm going to try it again. Ooh. It's a 17. It is now sloppy. "100 foot-pounds. That's not good. The second time I put it in there, it was pretty sloppy now. So, no bueno. All right, next up, we got everybody's favorite, SK. One side left on this. Nope. $108. $108 foot-pounds. 108 foot-pounds. All right, next up, right grip. $222. I'm impressed. I mean, we got damage, but 222 foot-pounds, impressive. All right, next, we got the Armstrong-made, US-made, discontinued Matco. Should we get all the way in there? All right, see what happens. $171 foot-pounds. And we got some grooves made into it. Now this next one is the Mac Knuckle Saver. This is their import wrench. We'll see how it does. It popped off, but it was 165 foot-pounds. Not too bad. A little bit of damage there. Now we got the US-made Mac, and we're going to see what she does. Unfortunately, it popped off, but we're at 160. Definitely got some carnage there. All right. The Snap-on. And just make sure, I'm going to use a fresh one because the wrench isn't. All right, let's see what happens. That wasn't good. $139. Surprising results. But right there is an example of, well, jaw spread. Right there. It is on the corners and it is tight. So, well, as you can see, we got some carnage on that one too. I'm a little disappointed. Now, I'm sure somebody in the audience is going to, you should have got a new snap-on. Probably. I mean, I have used this for a long time, and I'll be warrantying it next week. But surprising. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.